Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Parlor at NAMM. As you can see, we're very excited about our guest today for a couple of reasons. Most of them are fun and interesting and for you as a musician, and there's some things that are really serious. Without further ado, welcome Myka Miller, the Executive Director of the Guitar Center Foundation.
Hello, Herb.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
We're in blue.
Yes, I got the memo.
Exactly.
Want to match the sign.
Exactly. So the important thing that I think we're noticing, we're in LA and we have experienced this fire and we're now taking account of the impact on our community. Mm-hmm. People know the big names that stuff have happened, and they don't know the little names.
Right.
They know about Diane Warren, they know about Greg Wells, they know about Bob Clearmountain, but they don't know about the little guy or the person at church or the person.
Absolutely.
So what I think is interesting and what you guys are doing is, don't you sense this, we're coming together as a community to help? Is that what's happening?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
From the Guitar Center perspective, we've got all these vendors on board. Everybody's been like, count us in, whatever we can do, product, financial. So it's just been amazing to see the outpouring.
I was telling somebody yesterday that what's weird is that with all the tragedy and badness of the fire, now is emerging all this goodness.
Yeah.
And people who are rivals are no longer rivals.
Right.
People are being nice to each other.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of, and what's amazing is, to your point, you said it exactly, what Guitar Center Foundation represents is the totality of it. It is product, it is money, it's effort, it's labor, it's a lot of different things. And I think we're giving hope to people, don't you think? I think it's important now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, because instruments, you're not thinking that's like, you're thinking food, shelter, clothing.
Right.
But I'm thinking instruments, food, clothing,
Right. Right.
So it's just, can you imagine if you lost your guitar? I mean, people lost everything.
That's right.
Everything. The stories are insane.
Unbelievable.
So, my first priority right now is just getting something in people's hands so they can keep playing for the professionals.
Yep.
That's my first kind of line of defense right now. But it's overwhelming to see how many people
Boy, well, that's true.
When we, Katrina or the hurricanes or whatever, and then you look at this and you're like, oh my God, I know this person.
Right. This is
so
my
you pick up the phone. Hey, it's Myka. There's a name that goes with this.
Absolutely.
You're not just going into some black hole. So
I felt really, I felt stupid, not bad. But so a guy called me and he said, Herb, you okay with the fires? And I was like, yeah, we were inconvenienced, the power went out and, so it wasn't so bad. And he was like, yeah, he said, I lost everything. I went, oh God, you're kidding me. He was in survival mode. So he wasn't even acting like he was hurt. It was just sort of news. And I was like, Mike, you lost everything? He said, our house is to the studs. I was like, come out and stay with me. So you end up finding that these stories are a lot of people we know. A lot of people. I saw an article in the Hollywood Reporter that said the fire hit, two big musical communities. One in the Palisades and one in Altadena, where there's a bunch of musicians and stuff, and Malibu, obviously. The Guitar Center Foundation, part of what I think, and full transparency, I'm on the board, part of what I think that you're doing, you and David Helfand are doing such a great job of, is making it relevant again. You got this super big brand, Guitar Center, and the foundation doing great things, but people not necessarily knowing.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to get the story out, and what you guys don't know is how many people they help across the country, the different ways they step up, and the challenge that Myka has in keeping it all going. Like, it's not easy to do that, right? There's a lot to it.
There's a lot to it. I mean, especially this is, we usually get about 50 applications per month.
Wow.
So, of schools and our regular grant program.
Sure.
But just to give you some context, we have over 1,000 already.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Since the fire?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So I think it's been about a week since we put it up. 1,000.
1,000 already.
And I expect that to grow exponentially as people find out and more people, oh, hey, Guitar Center helped us, you know, it's just going to spread like I mean,
so that's the scale
crazy.
of the problem, folks. And so if you're watching, you want to make a donation, whatever, you'll see information where you can go to Guitar Center Foundation.
Yes.
You can help donate. You can put in money. There's resourcing. And it is also your obligation as a member of the community. I don't say that from a lofty position. We're donating our time as well, too, and doing what we need to do. It's what we do. It's what musicians do. It's what the musical community does. So you got to do it, too. There's other good stuff going on, too. That's not just... So one of the things that I wanted to personally thank you guys for, the Guitar Center Foundation is one of the presenters of the Parlor at NAMM and the Parlor, the panels that we're going to have at NAMM.
Yes.
Super cool panels. One is music and sports. We got people from the NFL and from the WNBA and all kinds of stuff. Then we're doing international, global stuff with Afrobeats, Latin, and K-pop. And then we're going to do super producers on Saturday. So come to NAMM, come to our panels. You're going to hear Myka is also going to do a presentation very quickly at the top of each panel about where you can help, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you see? What was before the fire the mission? Was it just the normal mission?
Yeah, I mean, our mission is giving everyone the power to create and express themselves through music.
Mm-hmm.
So really, looking at schools, looking at veterans, we don't just do kids. I think that's important to mention because a lot of programs are just schools and just kids. So we, look at aging and hospital patients, like I said, veterans, homeless folks, really the whole gamut. And what I always try to do is kind of fit in where some of the other groups are not able to. They have a lot of rigorous rules, and I think we're limber, and we can just like get in there and help people. And we're small, so we're fast.
Yep.
And that's why we just hit the ground running with this.
I love the flexibility. Is there it feels to me like one of the big growing spaces is music and wellness. Mm-hmm. Is that a big space?
Yes. I'm so glad you bring that up because music therapy is something I've always been interested in, but it's hard to define.
Right.
It's like, well, what is that? Is that somebody playing guitar at the hospital? Is that actually kids playing musical instruments? Are they writing songs? And it's the whole gamut. It's all those things. But I think that it used to be kind of put in the corner, and now it's more respected, as wellness and health is less taboo.
Right,
we can talk about mental health.
Exactly.
So music therapy is one of our big pillars.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. We know some folks in that area that will be really helpful. The part of the reason that you want to be an activist beyond just being a musician is because in times of need, you want a place to go. Mm-hmm. And whether it's Guitar Center Foundation or Music Cares if you're sick or whatever the case may be, there are resources around. There's a community of people who care, and we're really seeing them step up now. And then it's a combination of helping when it's tough and also helping your career move forward. Like it's not just, oh my God, I'm sick, help me. It is, I need education or I need wellness or I need whatever.
Or I'm homeless and I need a reason to get up in the morning or, all of those things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've told the story a number of times. When I created Pensado's Place before, now we morphed into the Parlor. Very early on, we got emails from people who were about to commit suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And they watched our show and said, you made me laugh. You gave me a reason to continue or whatever the case would be. And then you realize this is serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like, people are watching and they pay attention. So,
music gives them a reason to live.
Absolutely. And here we are because of music. We're so blessed to be able to I do not take it for granted. I could hate my job. I happen to like my job. There's a lot of people who hate their jobs. So it's an example of what's going on around you. It's an example of the kind of organizations that you want to join. You want to be careful and make sure you make great selections, and you will never go wrong by doing stuff with the Guitar Center Foundation. Never. It's why I joined the board. I get asked to be on a lot of things. I don't say yes to everything. This was an immediate yes, and this is the reason why. Myka, you're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
Not only are you a cool friend, I'm watching you build this thing, change it, turn it into something different. Shout out to David Helfont and the rest of our board members that we love.
Yes. And to Gabe, too, because from the very get-go, he said, don't let bureaucracy get in your way. So I said, Great.
Done.
That's all I needed to hear.
I'm rolling. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in. Make sure you get to NAMM. Make sure you meet Myka Miller when you're there. It will help your career. It will help what you're doing. It will be amazing. And we'll see you next time.